Well, let's take our Bibles and go to Joshua chapter number 6. Joshua chapter number 6. It's really the whole chapter. I'm going to read the first 6 verses just to kind of give us a little bit of a glimpse into where we're going. But I'm going to say this at the very beginning. If we want to see what only God can do, we need to obey him. If you want to see what God can really do, we need to obey him. And so in Joshua 6, we're going to go right into Jericho. It says, now Jericho was straitly shut up because of the children of Israel. None went out and none came in. And the Lord said to Joshua, see, I have given unto thee into thine hand Jericho and the king thereof and the mighty men of valor. And ye shall compass the city, all ye men of war, and go round about the city once. Thus shalt thou do 6 days, and the 7 priests shall bear the ark. Bear before the ark of seven trumpets of ram's horns, and the 7th day ye shall compass the city 7 times, and the priests shall blow the trumpets. And it shall come to pass that when they make a long blast with the ram's horn, and when they hear the sound of the trumpet, all the people shall shout with a great shout, and the wall of the city shall fall flat, and the people shall ascend up every man straight before him. And so we see this incredibly odd battle plan, or the strategy for attack on the city of Jericho, and that's to march around the city one time each day for 6 days, and then march around on the 7th day many times and blow trumpets and shout, and then the walls will fall down and you can go attack the city. And so it would take an incredibly faith-driven person to follow that order, because that order, man, for 6 days you're sitting ducks, you're cruising around the city one time, you're blowing a trumpet. Can you imagine the insults being hurled down from the walls? And maybe some of the guys were being shot at with arrows, and you just never know what's going on in there that we don't see in the chapter. But we know this, that when they obeyed the Lord, they had victory exactly the way the Lord described it, and with very little loss of life for the attacking army. Of course, the people of Jericho were conquered that day. In fact, verse number 6, it says, and Joshua the son of Nun called the priests and said unto them, take up the ark of the covenant, and let 7 priests bear 7 trumpets of ram's horns before the ark of the Lord. And he said unto the people, pass on and encompass the city, and let him that is armed pass on before the ark of the Lord. And so he basically gave the order that he was given, and the people did this. And we know that as we read out the chapter, that exactly what God said would happen, happened. And so I want to encourage you today, stop battling with God over who's smarter. God is smarter. And stop battling with God over who has a better strategy or what we think is better. Simply obey him. God has given us a structure for living and a pattern for life that gives maximum blessings. He is the one that unlocks the blessings. If we want to see God bless our lives, if we want to see God do what only God can do, we must obey him. And I know that's just not in many of us, we don't have that in our vocabulary. We are going to do what we're going to do, and we know what's best for us. And even if it means disobeying God in what we believe in our hearts to be a minor thing. And so just remember that if you want to see the maximum blessing, if you want to see the actual work of God in your life, then you're going to need to follow his lead and do what he says. And see, I know that's going to help you in tremendous ways. Have a great day.